Yeah, Flair came in as the Ramblin' Rickus Rhodes. That's what he wanted to be. And he was like the Pillsbury Doughboy. He was so pumped up, you could pop him with a pin. But he was an Anderson, and plus he was also Gorgeous George. And he had that charisma, that natural camera-like thing. But, as far as the wrestling ability, he had the stamina, definitely. But then we started putting with the top talent. He learned from the very best. He didn't learn from jobbers and middle card wrestlers. He learned from the very best at that time. And if he screwed up, in the ring, they would let him know in a very stern way, I guess you could say.
With him too, you guys were in that horrible plane crash in '75. Who
That's
else
right.
was it? Tim Woods and Johnny Valentine.
Tim Woods. All right, let me look at the plane. Okay, we had the pilot. Barry, what's Barry's last name? Farsi. Then Johnny Valentine was in the co-pilot seat. Tim Woods was behind the pilot. Rick was behind Valentine. I was behind Tim Woods, and Bob Bruggers, who was wrestling at that time. He used to play for the Miami Dolphins. He was sitting next to me. And Bruggers broke his back. Valentine broke his back. Rick cracked his. The pilot went through the dash. Tim Woods, I went through the seat, my head, and cracked the ribs right along the spine, towards the spine in the back. I had a severe concussion. I was probably, I think my wife said that it was at least 6 months before I started coming around. I dislocated my shoulder, which they didn't even know until they got ready to release me. They tried to give me crutches, and this right arm wouldn't work. I broke my ankle, shattered teeth, and I really didn't know that because I was so stitched up. I had so many facial injuries that they didn't know that until I got back to Charlotte, and the dentist that we were using at the time, he said, no wonder he's screaming when you try to give him something warm or cold. The nerves are just hanging there. So, and most of this, my wife told me, because I basically have very little memory. I think I remember some things, but then too, it might be somebody told them to me. I did stay, Rick and I stayed in the same room. My wife said I was raising so much hell in a room by myself that, I wanted to be with Rick. And so they finally put me in there with him. So I think Tim left that night. I don't know much about it. But I do remember about, it was a 45-minute flight. Okay. And about Florence, South Carolina, which is about halfway, he feathered, I want to say, the right engine. It was a twin engine Cessna Navajo. And I don't know why we didn't land, in Florence or Lumberton, North Carolina. They both have small airports which could handle that. But he chose to go on, and I think I remembered that going over the Cape Fear River, the left engine started, and then I'm sitting there, and our son was 2 weeks old. So I'm trying to practice Lamaze because I didn't want to get knocked out, the wind knocked out of me. So I'm bending over, trying to control my breathing. And I thought I saw a buzzer go off. And a little before that, Eastern Airlines, there was a crash, an Eastern Airlines crash in Charlotte. It was foggy, and the pilot just flew it into the ground, and they were putting low warning lights in planes. And to me, I thought that was it. But my father-in-law, who was a pilot, said, no, that was a stall warning. So then after reading the FAA report, then, okay, I know the stall warning was when he was coming in, and there was a water tower that he was getting too close to, and he tried to pull up and stalled, and then he hit a railroad embankment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. Jeez.
I call Rick every year. So let's bend over and kiss each other.